you today. Now, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you who are joining me, whether it's your first time, whether you've been here before. Generational wealth. We are She's so glad to have and CEO of A.M. Smith and Company LLC, a financial firm offering life insurance solutions, retirement planning, debt elimination strategies, and infinite banking principles. She has a heart for professional women and educators, and she also delivers clear, empowering financial guidance that helps clients stabilize, protect, and prosper. With years of experience as a classroom teacher and assistant principal, Ayanna brings a deep understanding of education and leadership to everything she does. Her background in school administration uniquely positions her to mentor educators and professionals who are ready to shift financially and spiritually. She's also known for hosting Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, a broadcast where she shares real life financial solutions, mindset strategies, and inspiring stories designed to motivate others to take action toward their goals. She is a minister and honorary doctor of ministry. Listen, all right, so why don't you help me welcome my guest on today, Ayanna, Ayanna. Hey, how are you today?
I am well.
You are.
When I hear all of that, I'm like, wait a minute, who is that?
Is that me?
Yeah. Wait a minute, is that me? Yeah,
Well,
is that me? I
yes,
have a story
it's you.
behind
And I'm
that.
going to
It's
ask you,
me.
since we're
Yeah.
here talking about
Right.
manifestation, what does that actually mean to you?
Ooh. Yeah. Manifestation is wow, it's loaded because it's like that manifest. What do you want to bring forth? And just to add a story to tack on when I was listening to those different things you were reading, I used to think as a little girl, it was a younger girl. I used to
Mhm.
sing at different events, and then I had a really great friend. I call her my friend. She was my bus driver, and then she went on to become an attorney and all this good stuff, and she would come back home and speak at different things. And when I would listen to people read her bio, I was like, wow, that is amazing. Will anybody ever have anything like that to say about me? Because I was just so proud of her. And so I guess it's like, thinking back to those thoughts from a child, what will people have to say about me? And we all have a plethora of good, bad, and ugly that's intermixed in the
Absolutely.
box.
Right.
Let's say in the box of mixed fruit. However, when there are some true things that really have happened, that's what manifestation looks like to me. That God keeps his
Mm.
promises and that he pulls you out even when you don't know how out is going to look. So
Ooh, now I love that. So let's go back to that was your start. You started as an educator, is that correct?
by degree, yes. I started as an educator, right? By degree, of course, yes. Education, elementary. I really was focusing on the music portion. I went to North Carolina Central University,
Mhm.
go Eagle Pride, in
Yeah.
Durham, North Carolina,
Okay.
HBCU. And I started out as a vocal major, but as that box of assorted nuts comes, it
Mm.
was a lot going on. And sometimes you get hit with turbulence and jealousy and this and that. And it was just to the point where I needed to get out of school in this century. So
In
my
this century.
in this century. And so my mom was like, "Look, we have to do something." And so
Wow.
she made a call to at that time the lead of the music department and said, "Look, you have to. If my daughter can get out and she can change what she needs, let her change it out." So I ended up with a degree in elementary ed, minor in vocal music, and a concentration in English. So that was how I was able to pull everything together and it not look like I had wasted 15,000 years in school taking electives.
Mm.
So God keeps his promises. I mean, that's the theme that I have to really sit with. Because
Right.
that's the yeah, so that's the beginning, and then went on to work in did like a long-term sub working, and then moved on and transitioned from North Carolina to the Tidewater area, or Hampton Roads, what people say now, of Virginia, and that's where I've been since wow, a long time, almost 3 decades. Oh my God.
I understand. I just retired from 3.5 decades. So
I'm like, how did I get this
mhm,
old?
mhm. Yep. I get it. I get it. But no matter how old you may be on paper, you're just getting started all over again.
Mm,
And that's the good news. That's the good news. You know? And what I mean by that
yeah.
is you're not putting the baton down. You are still rolling with that baton. You're still moving. You're still, you know what I mean? And it's just gonna get better and better. So now you've done your educational duties and all of that. And how did you find yourself even thinking finance?
Well, I like money. I don't love it. Let's get there. Let me get for the scholars. It's a
Right.
love of money.
Right.
Okay. Because there's also another scripture that says money answereth all things. Read
All
that.
things.
Okay, all
Absolutely.
things. So
Mhm.
but I had a good friend who was in the music industry, and like I'm a professional singer as well.
Mhm.
And they said, well, listen, I want you to come and check this out, see what's going on, because what happens when the gigs stop gigging. You need to have something as a backup for yourself, which we all do. And
Right.
we all need to have more than just insurances and things, or sometimes we just need the stuff we don't even know we need. And
Mhm.
it's just having stuff on our jobs. If we have a regular W-2, I like to say, job, then
Mhm.
you need more than that. There are other things like long-term care and living benefits, stuff I'd never heard of. But she
Right.
didn't say all of that stuff up front. I just learned about it, heard it, and was like, you know what? I think I need some of this. And
Mhm.
I think this would be a great, stream of income. And
Right.
then another thing is like, it's a licensed industry. So I was like, okay, well, then it has to be valid, because anything that we know has a license on it.
Right.
If you don't act right, you can end up with some silver bracelets around your waist
Silver bracelets.
that you don't want.
Mhm.
So it's regulated. So I was like, well, let me just take a chance on it and see how it's been. And it also too, once I was learning, it placated more to me being an educator or just having that teaching gift. So and if I learned it and it opened my eyes, I felt that I could share and bless and teach others.
And you have been definitely doing that. Just watching you over the, I think we've been knowing each other probably around 5 or 6 years,
Probably,
um,
yes.
and watching you just even grow and grow and grow into this even more. I remember when you were starting your show, and so looking at you know how you have grown in this area of finances. This is a truly a moment that's pivotal for you. And so let me ask you about how you feel that you are able to incorporate your past experiences with what you're doing now.
Well, like I said, the love that I have, well, when I guess I would say this, when I realized that, really I've been called to teach, I would say this mantra a lot of times. I said, I believe I could teach a dog to bark, because that
Mhm.
is when you have those epiphanies with yourself, when you realize this is what God has given me to do,
Right.
even without a degree, the degree has given me access,
Mm.
but it's not the nth degree of who I am. It's infinite on who God has made me. But I have some things on earth, let's say, and heaven, that come
Yes.
together. And so with being able to share and educate people and try to share in a practical manner, a funny way, it helps me to be able to fulfill what I know I'm called to do, and give people, like you say, a little tough medicine with a little sugar on it,
Mhm.
because sometimes talking about money and
Yes.
people's health are
Mm-hmm.
not the things that we want to reveal readily. We don't really
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about where we are. And we all have a story, a story of kind of not so good or embarrassment, or say we might have made some wrong decisions, or we like to spend and buy stuff. I mean, I like to spend and buy stuff too. I got some
Right.
stories. We're steadily paddling every day, but
Mm-hmm.
it's, one bit at a time. Just like with our health, we want to lose weight. We got to stop eating sugar to turn our figure into a figure eight. If not, we're gonna stay a figure. Oh,
I know that's right. I know that's right. So you started out just how did you start the financial how did you start moving into the financial business? Did you just start by just meeting up with people, or did you start with your, I know you have your money talks with Ayanna Smith. How did you actually move into that to really manifest that moment that you're okay, now I'm doing finances, yay? I mean, did you get that little streamer that goes across the sky?
I might need to try that. Well, of course, your marketing and your marketing. Let's say people helping you with marketing coaches and all that. Showing you
Mhm.
get your pictures and get all that stuff together. It's the same for everybody, whatever you are promoting and trying to get people to buy into or see the relevance of it, and just being consistent. So, of course, with the show, with postings, with videos, word of mouth, referrals,
Mhm.
calling my family, calling my friends. Sometimes the family and friends will look at you a little funny. They're like, "Now, what are you talking about? We don't know you as that."
Yeah.
so, so,
Yes.
so that's the
or,
reality of it.
or they'll say, what's that little thing you're doing on the side?
That little thing, yes, yes, that stuff like that. Yes, all
Yes.
of those
Hmm.
nice, nasty, condescending
Exactly,
with a
exactly.
with a bow on top, and you're like,
Right,
okay,
right,
all
right.
right. Well, when you need me,
I know that's right. I know that's right. So
I'll
I
still be
love
here.
that I love that you really just kind of, I know it wasn't, every moment wasn't easy, and I know you had to work at it. Um, but tell us now just a little bit more about your actual financial services, because there might be somebody out there who's saying, well, I want to know what she really does and how she can help me. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, and that is funny because I have people say, "Well, what do you do?" And I was like, So you don't. Okay,
Right,
well, maybe
right,
you didn't. Maybe my post was too long and you didn't want to read
right.
it. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go there because I
Exactly.
know you're really smart and I know that you can read. But
Uh-huh.
yes, I am a I'm a licensed producer, meaning I can help people with life insurance, whether it is final expense, which is permanent, the whole life, things that are going to be a cash, term insurance, some things with long-term care, living benefits, and those all sometimes fall in if you qualify for that. I also have another arm. So I have branched out with some other arms, I would say, of my financial services business to help people, because sometimes people may not qualify for certain insurances or what
Right.
have you, and that's okay. Is and they still want to save money. They still have money that they can
Mhm.
position to help themselves. We may transition them to something like looking at maybe an IRA or something like that. Also, too, I also have another arm to the business to kind of get people. I'll sit down with them just as a quick, well, let's go through and talk about your budget and what you have going in and coming out, because some people don't understand. Well, I do have the money. I've worked with some people and they said, well, I don't like those numbers, but they said, okay, but they said, but I see what I need to do
Right.
to get my numbers together. So I'll do some budgeting strategies with them as well. And then also I have another arm where I help people to start some safe investing. Of
Mhm.
course, you can do your things, your 401k, your 403b. That's stock market related. So that, I mean,
Right.
even they just name it. Look, here's a teaching moment. The names that 457s, 43B, 401k, they are all the same thing. Those
Mhm.
numbers just denote where you work. So if
Oh,
you're in service industries like nursing and teaching and
mhm.
stuff like that, it will most of the time be 403B or
Three.
and 457. If you work in the private sectors, that's 401k. It just tells Uncle Sam where you work, it's all the same stock market.
Oh, and I never knew that.
Right.
And
There's
I was
there's
wondering why there was a difference. And I used to get the 401k, and then all of a sudden it's flipped over to 403. Okay.
and that's what it is. And also too, there's even a strategy that entrepreneurs can get a self like a single self-paced 401k. So
Okay.
an entrepreneur still can have a 401k, but like I said, if you do something like the IRAs, Roth IRAs and things of that nature, you can contribute. Even if, to get back to the question, even if you don't have the life insurance or can't qualify, you can still put your monies in other places. And then the final thing that I help people with is investing in silver and gold, hard assets. So silver and gold are something that you've probably seen forever. You may see them in some late night commercials and stuff. It is really something to it. I get coins on a monthly basis. Silver is in high, let's say high request now. So it is a great time to get it because it is getting ready to be in great demand, because a lot of things that we use, such as our cell phones and different things like that, require silver as a part of the composition of those things that we use on a daily basis that we don't even
Wow.
think about. And so to have that commodity, it is a real tangible way of having some money in reserve that you can have on hand for yourself. And there are even some states that are coming up talking about actually exchanging it right out the gate like a regular coin, instead of having to, to exchange it for the
Right.
currency. They're even looking at that. So it's a lot of things going on in the finance world, that everything isn't a hoax and everything isn't, just hearsay. And it sounds funny to us because it's not akin to us. It's just like if I were speaking Italian and the audience doesn't know Italian, they would say it's a foreign language. Money
Right.
functions the same way. It's a foreign language if we don't understand it. But I'm
Wow.
here to try to help people navigate through that, through the teachings that I've received from people who are in that, millionaires and solid. So,
That is so awesome. I'll tell you, you made me think back about um I used to work for the post office back in my other life, before
all
before the
right.
medical field, post office, IRS, all of that good stuff.
Oh, wow.
But what you made me think back, they used to allow us to purchase bonds,
Mm-hmm.
and there were some coins at that time that you could purchase too. But we used to purchase the bonds, and I used to go down to the Federal Reserve building, and sometime if I was a little short, cash out a bond, and I would be surprised at how the money grew on that.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about things like that, we don't. I think at a certain point in life, you stop thinking about those things. And well, not everybody, because there's some people out there that's financially savvy, and so they know to keep going with what's working at the moment. But some people who are not really so financially savvy, they're just looking at the moment. um,
Mm-hmm.
and so my question now is, what about, how do you help those individuals who say, well, I don't have enough money to put in a 401k or 403b? When you're working, they might take it out of your paycheck, and you don't miss it because you didn't see it, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's a little easy to do. But when you don't have that kind of job, or you have a job where you're making a very small amount, and you need every dime, as they say, to make ends meet, how do you help that individual?
Well, I mean, is there something, I'll put it like this. I'll bring a question. What's in your hands?
Hmm.
What can you do? What can you make? What can you sell?
Hmm.
What services can you provide people that will bring in a little more money,
Right.
that's within your sphere of understanding and influence. And then now, just kind of stepping out. I mean, the extroverts kind of people that will get up and talk, you can get on these social media platforms now,
Mm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
gotta just show up.
Right, right, right.
and uh and you are there with
Hmm.
the consistency again of making money. So I would say look at, look at, that's why, so we sit down and we talk about numbers first, and look at what are your spending habits, kind of challenge people uh for a week. Save your receipts for all the things that you spend as you go along through the week,
Hmm.
and see how much money you
Right,
really
right.
consistently spend. If you're spending $10 a day on breakfast and you do that 30 days, how much money is that?
Mm. Come on now.
Then
You got some money somewhere.
you do have some money somewhere. Sometimes it's about, not trying to make people not be able to do, oh, I don't want you to help me,
Hmm.
clutching my pearls, not be able to do what I
Right,
want to
right.
do. But time is still a passing.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
still going forward, and we have to be readily available when it hits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know how individuals can connect with you and work with you. What ways are there to connect with you?
Oh, they can go to my website at www.askayanna.com. So that's askayanna.com. And yeah, that's the quickest way you can get in touch with me. And then my email and everything should be up there to click in. Mhm.
So do you have to meet people in person, or can do they have to come to your office, or can you do virtual? How does that work?
We can meet virtually and online here and do a Zoom appointment. That would be fine.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So, what do you tell us about your books real quick before we wrap this up? I know you were lead author as well as co-author in a few anthologies, and so tell us a little bit about those and where they can find them.
Okay, all right. Let's see now. Well, you can find you can find them on Amazon. The book lineup and everything. Just type my name in, and you'll see them. This is one book that I led with the with four other authors, co-authors, regarding the finances and everything. And then the other books I was in have been like devotionals, um, that were probably about maybe 13 or 14 authors, co-authors. So yeah, but you type in my name, you should see those books pop up. hmm Yep. So you
All
can look
right.
online and get a book, or contact me and get a book, and we go from there.
Okay. All right. And I think you have an upcoming event. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I have upcoming event that the early bird tickets are on sale. It is a educators and professionals financial wellness protect and prosper event, and that's going to be Saturday, August 3rd, 2025, from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Kempsville Library in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The tickets are on sale now, $77 until August 10th, and that'll be $97 afterwards thereafter until August 30th. So we love to see you in person at the Kempsville Library in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Yep, it'll be wonderful.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And this is for anyone. They don't have to be a financial person. This is just for anyone that wants to learn about finances. Is that correct?
Yes, yep. We're focusing in with the educators and professionals. So yes, to give people let's say a round table view of things they can do to protect themselves and prosper with their finances.
Wow, that's so awesome. I'm so excited about everything that you're doing. Um, why don't you just share one manifestation moment that you feel was most outstanding in your life before we complete this visit?
Mm. Let's say what direction do you want me to come from? You want me to come from
It
something?
doesn't matter if it was during your singing, if it was during your teaching, if it was during your finance. What was a manifestation moment that was so pivotal for you? You feel that that helped to navigate your future?
I think when I talked about earlier, I was sharing with you about getting out of college and shifting and being able to finally see that degree in my hand. Yeah, that was a
Mhm.
big deal. I was like, am I gonna ever get out of here? But yes, grateful and thankfully I got out. Yes.
Well, you got out and you've been doing some amazing things. So I'm so glad that I met you a few years ago. You and the other four of the Fab Five.
Yes.
Uh, and you have made such an impact on my life, and I've been able to follow you. And I know I'm one of those people that need to be really calling you on a daily basis, not weekly, daily, not monthly, daily basis. Like, what did I do wrong? What do I need to do now? Where should I go now? How can I do this now? I'll be one of those people. So,
Oh my goodness.
but I know that you are able to help a lot of individuals, and I hope that they will take up, this opportunity to understand so much that you have to offer them, and that they would reach out to you. So don't forget, everybody, go on to askayanna.com and find out more about everything that she's doing. Are your books available over there too? Links for your books over there as well?
I believe so, but if I yeah, they should be. I think they are
Okay.
over there. If not, they can contact me and
Contact.
mhm,
Okay.
I'll
All right.
connect them and get them together.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you. And I'm so excited for everything that's coming. I know this is not the end, this is just the beginning. So thank you once again for joining me here on Miss G's Ladies Lounge Manifestation Moments.
Thank you for having me. I have enjoyed every bit of it.
Awesome. Awesome. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure chatting with Miss Ayanna today. I'm telling you, she is not just a person who talks a good game. She is one who actually puts in the work. She has been really growing, and so I want you to make sure that you go and you follow her, that you follow her on social media. I think you can find her under the Ask Ayanna or Ayanna Smith. And so, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been your manifestation moments here with Miss G, and we're excited about what's coming. Listen, the calendar is just about full for the next 6 weeks. So, you want to make sure that you get in the lounge. Make sure you get in the lounge. Make sure you tell someone else about everything that's getting ready to happen, so that they will be a part of this movement as well. And I look forward to seeing you all on next week. Have a wonderfully blessed day. Goodbye.